Hello everybody and welcome to another episode. In today's episode I'm going to show you the most important things which you have to do to properly maintain any 3.0 TDI engine. So in today's episode I'm working on this Porsche Cayenne from the year 2012, but doesn't matter on which car you are working. If you have a car from the VAG group which has an engine 3.0 TDI diesel, this video is for you. So on this vehicle, for example, I had to remove both of the camshaft covers because they were all leaking oil around the engine block. And because I had to remove a lot of things from this kind of engine, the owner of the vehicle and me decided to replace also all the O-rings from the intake manifold, from the throttle body 1 and 2, and also all the O-rings and the brand new bolts from the injectors, just to make sure that in the future he will have no problems with the car or with any leaks from the top part of the engine. And right here on the ground, as you can see, I have the O-rings and all the gaskets which I'm going to install back on the engine. For example, right here I have the screws from the injectors, all the O-rings from the injectors, the copper washers, also all the O-rings from the throttle body and from the intake manifold. I have a lot of parts numbers, but in your vehicle what I recommend you to do and what is the best for you to do is to check for your VIN number on any auto parts store and buy parts or elements or pieces for your car based on your vehicle and on your specification for the vehicle. As you can see right here in my hand, I have all the injectors which I removed from this engine. I cleaned them the best I could. I pre-washed them with some brake cleaner and also with some degreasant. And right now the injectors are all looking very good. They are in a very good condition. And right here on the camshaft cover, I already replaced the gasket. Right here I have a brand new gasket which is installed over the camshaft cover. This camshaft cover is from the passenger side, from the right side of the vehicle. And also I replaced the gasket from the driver side, which is right here on the ground. And right here on the ground, as you can see, I have all the tubings, all the plastic elements which I had to remove to reach all the parts which I have to remove from this engine. Right here in my hand I have the intake manifold, which right now is looking the best. It's in a very good condition. I cleaned it the best I could with some universal degreaser. And in a few seconds I'm going to put right here on the screen some videos and some photos with the parts before I try to clean them and remove them out from the vehicle, just for you all to see exactly the condition of them. And in my opinion, I recommend you all to clean them from every 40,000 to 40,000 kilometers, because in this way the vehicle will behave the best and also it will work the best for a long while. As you can see right here in my hand, I have the throttle body 1 and 2 and some other tubings from the intake manifold system. Right now, in this moment, all of these parts which I have right here are all looking very good and behaving like new, but they were not like this. I'm going to show you in a second how they were installed on the vehicle and how difficult it was for me to clean them and to remove them out from the vehicle. So right here in this moment I was trying to remove the injector, and this injector especially was very stuck into the engine. I couldn't remove it with my bare hands, so I had to use this pneumatic press which helped me remove it in about 10 seconds. It's very important to use the proper tools, because if you don't know how to remove them, or if you create any damage to the injectors, they will not work properly or they will not work at all. And moving on with the job, this is how all of these parts were looking before I had to clean them. And as you can see right here, I have a lot of carbon deposits into this pipe, into the throttle body 1 and 2, and especially into the intake manifold. So this is why I recommend you all to clean the parts at every 40,000 kilometers, because they will build up a lot of carbon deposits and dirt and debris. And because of that, the vehicle will not behave the best. It will throw you a lot of error codes on the dashboard. It will stall. It will have a lot of lost power. And my recommendation is to clean them from every 40,000 to 40,000 kilometers, or if you can afford and you are able to, I recommend you to replace them with brand new ones. Okay everybody, so right here as you can see, I have all of these parts with the gaskets already installed over them. Right here I have all the brand new gaskets over the intake manifold, over the throttle body, over the tubings. Everything is very clean, everything is looking like new. And from here I'm going to install the brand new gaskets and copper washers and all the necessary parts on the injectors, and I'm going to install and mount all the parts back over the engine. A very important thing is to always tag them down to spec. I'm going to put the spec right here on the screen for every part which I'm going to install back over the engine. Also, a very important thing is to take in mind the orientation for the copper washer which will go over the injector, because the copper washer will have one flat side which will go over the injector and one curved side which will go over the engine. And if you want to make the copper washer stay over the injector before trying to install it back into the engine, I recommend you all to put some grease on the tip of the injector, and it will make it stay in one position without falling it down into the engine. So right here, as you can see, I already installed the camshaft cover from the right side of the vehicle and also all the injectors in place. I didn't tie them to spec yet, but I recommend you to tighten the camshaft cover to 10 Newton meters, all the bolts from around the camshaft cover to 10 Newton meters, and also the bolts which are securing the injectors to the engine, you'll have to tie them to 8 Newton meters and 19 degrees. Alright everybody, so in my case, I'm almost done with installing all the injectors back into the engine. I also recommend you to use some special paste and put it over the tip of the injectors just to make sure that in the future they will not seize up into the engine. And right now, for example, I'm trying to install it back into the engine with one hand just to show you all how to install it. You'll have to put it back in this position. You'll have to install the clamp before trying to push it down completely. You'll have to install the special clamp over the injector into the correct position, and then if the injector is properly seated with the clamp, just push it down and it will secure it in place like it's supposed to be installed from the factory. You will hear a pop and then the injector can be tightened down to the spec. So as you can see, just put it into the correct position and push it down. Alright, so as you can see right now, the injectors are all secured to the engine. I'm going to tie them down to spec, and also I recommend you to use brand new bolts for each injector because they are stretching bolts. And also they are only one-time use, and if you want to reuse them, they will probably break into the engine and it will create you a very huge nightmare. So just replace them to be safe and good to go. Right here I have the brand new bolts which I'm going to install back into the injectors. Alright everybody, so as you can see right here, I have all the parts already installed back over the engine. You'll have to tie the bolts for the intake manifold to 15 Newton meters. I already installed the injector, the camshaft covers, the intake manifold, the throttle bodies, all the fuel lines, all the cables, everything is installed and attached like it was installed from the factory. And right now, the next thing which I'll have to do is to prime the fuel tank or the fuel system to get all the air out from the system and to push brand new fuel into the injectors and into the fuel lines. And before trying to start the vehicle, I recommend you all to disconnect the connectors for the injectors because you don't want the car to start. You only want the car to turn over until it will push all the fuel into the injectors correctly. And then after you do this a few times, you'll have to install the connectors back into the injectors and you'll have to start the vehicle right away. Right here, as you can see in this moment, I'm erasing all the error codes which I may have on this vehicle stacked up because I disconnected so many connectors, so many wirings, and I don't want to have any errors on the dashboard. Right now, for example, I'm going to try to start the vehicle up with the connectors from the injectors disconnected. The vehicle will not start up, so just remember. And after a few seconds, I'm going to install the connectors back over the injectors, and I'm going to try to start the vehicle right here live with you all to see exactly how everything is working and behaving after a job like this one. Just remember everybody, on a 3.0 TDI engine, to prime the fuel system, you'll have to put the ignition a few times and take it back on and put it back on again, just to push all the fuel back into the fuel lines. And also, if you have a diagnostic tool, you can also use the function to bleed the system or prime the system from the diagnostic tool. Right now, I'm installing all the connectors back into the injectors and I'm going to start the vehicle up for the first time. Very good everybody, so as you can see, the engine started almost right away. Everything is working very good and sounding very nice so far. From here, I recommend you all to check for any leaks, for any loose connectors or something like that. And if everything is good, just clasp on your back because everything is good to go on the road. In my case, I have no leaks, everything is installed like it's supposed to be installed from the factory. And from here, the job is almost done. The only thing which I have left to do is to install all the plastic covers back over the engine and the job will be done. Also, my recommendation is to use the diagnostic tool after that, just to check if you have any loss, any connections which can be loose, or if you have any errors on the dashboard or something like that. And if you have nothing on the dashboard, this means that the job is done properly and you are good to go on the road. Alright everybody, so as you can see right here, the job is done. Those are all the things and all the steps which you have to do and follow if you want to remove the injectors or replace the O-rings from the injectors, if you want to remove the camshaft cover or replace them, if you want to remove the empty manifold and all other parts from around it from any 3.0 TDI engine. Thank you all for watching. If you like the video and found it informative, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give me a comment and a like down below. See you next time.